to Connected Components Workbench. This is our video series, our first program. This is step 2, creating an actual project. This video assumes that the program, Connected Components Workbench, has been downloaded and installed on your computer. This video is step 2 of 5 in this series. Alright, so we're going to now create a Connected Components Workbench project. And as I go through, I'm going to point out a few things, a few areas in the software itself to get you familiar with some of the terms I'll be using and some of the places to find stuff. So, what we have here is our work area. Most of the stuff that you'll be doing, programming, etc., will fall where this large white area is. Off to the side, on the left, is a column called the Project Organizer, which right now is empty, and we're going to fill that. And of course, we have the typical Windows menu bar along the top. So to create a new project, we go to File, and we're going to go New. Now, what I'm going to try to do is put little hints along the bottom of these videos. If there's a shortcut, for example, Control-N, that should appear on the bottom. Control opens another one if you have an existing program, etc. So if there's little shortcuts, I like to keep track of the hotkeys because it makes life a lot easier. Okay, so I'm going to hit New. And you're given a new project box, and as you can see, I've done quite a few of them. So I'm just going to put this down as first. Still have to learn to type. First project. And you can call it anything that you want. It has a default saving location. Now, if you've got a preference where you want them to save it, you'll have to do that in the program itself under the options. I'm going to show that in a different video because right now I just want to keep these really short. My hope is to keep each of these videos to under 5 minutes. So I'm just going to leave the location where it says D:/CCW, and I'm going to hit Create. Now you expect it to create a new program, and it's kind of thinking about it, but it looks like next to nothing has happened until it pops up this box. You can't create a project without having components in it, and it's Connected Components Workbench. So you have a list of choices here. You can use controllers. There are some drives that Allen Bradley makes that you can connect as part of your project and actually program them as you go. There's some motor starters, some safety things like safety relays, light curtains, etc. And if you get the starter pack that Allen Bradley sells, you actually can, it comes with a small HMI, or what they call a graphic terminal here, which is a panel view. So I'm going to go up to the very top, close these up for a moment, and there's a different bunch of controllers within the Micro 800 series or family. And when you open this up, you'll find you'll have the base model grouping, the 800, 820, 830, 840, 850. I'm going to open up the 850 because the software comes with a simulator that you can use to create and run and test your own programs. It has some limitations, and there's a couple of videos I have about the simulator and some fixes you might have to do within Windows. But we're just going to open that up. And I personally have an L50E, so I'm going to select that, and my personal one is the 24QBB. Now that happens to be the processor and kit that comes with the starter pack if you want to invest that kind of money. So we have our thing up here now. It gives us 2 version choices. It can go back a version, but it can't go forward a version. Now, one thing to keep in mind, if you create a program in, say, 21, 22 will open it. If you create one in 22, 21 cannot open it. There's no way of making a program backwards compatible. You can make it forwards compatible, but not backwards compatible. So I'm going to leave it at 21, and I'm going to go Select, and then it's going to wait to see if I want to add anything else, which I'm not, so I'm just going to go to Add to Project. Now the screen's going to change, the workspace is going to change. It's going to show us a icon of the base unit. Now each of these have modules that are right now, when you get the kit, it's blank, they have nothing in them. You can pop these out and buy other modules like analog modules and isolated relay modules. There's a bunch that you can add. At the end here, you'll notice that it will expand because, again, you can add daughter cards to the end of it and enlarge your project. We're going to leave it as the base for now because we're only here to create a project. So once you've done this, there's a couple of things I want to point out on this workspace. This is our Micro 850 page. If you click the X above this, you're going to hide it, and you're going to have to find it later to bring it back up. And there's some useful things that you want here, like there's uploading and downloading. Over here in this corner where it says connect, this is where you're going to create a connection path. We're going to get into that in a later video, but for just creating a project, we don't have to worry about that. All we're trying to do here is create a quick program and identify some parts so you understand what you're looking at later on, but also to create a quick program. So the next part, just below here, you'll notice that these are all the details with respect to this process that you've selected. And over here on the left, our project organizer has now got a tree underneath our 850, programs, variables, user-defined function blocks, user-defined functions, and data types, arrays, and defined words. Above that, you'll see there are two tabs. There are devices, and there's another one called trends, which is why I like this version better, because you can create something called a trending chart, which will act like a recorder and it'll keep track of what certain inputs and outputs are doing if you're trying to troubleshoot later on. Version 21 or 22, pardon me, that does not seem to be currently in the version 22 that they have out. So that's basically it. That's how you create a project. The next step, of course, will be creating an actual program. Our next video will be step 3, creating a program. Thanks for watching.